An emotional start to day 2 of the Aurora movie theater shooting trial.
A pregnant mother slips on blood, caught by a police officer as she leaves Theater 9. So Katie Medley began the prosecution's case today with painful insight into what was lost that day nearly 3 years ago. 7 News reporter Tyler Lopez live at the Arapahoe County Justice Center. It was really tough to listen to this stuff, Tyler.
It really was, Kelly and Mitch. In fact, Katie Medley was followed by her husband, Caleb, on the stand. Difficult moments there as well. In fact, she told the jury that when she left the theater, she thought that Caleb was dead. She would go on to say that she had to identify graphic photos of her husband and would do that on the witness stand. These were photos taken by doctors as they performed brain surgery on Caleb at University Hospital. Difficult morning indeed. This now is a happier time for Caleb Medley. This is a wedding event, a Facebook photo from last July. He lost his right eye in the shooting and is paralyzed now. His wife would go on to tell the jury today that a canister had been thrown about 15 to 20 minutes into that movie and that gunshots immediately followed.
He was still sitting in his chair. I saw that his shoes were on the ground and like his feet were on the ground, and he was still sitting in his chair, and I couldn't understand why he was sitting in his chair when someone was shooting. You know, he should have been on the ground with us. We thought that the shooter was going to come row by row and just kill us.
When we did hear from Caleb Medley, he was difficult to understand, speaks in a series of grunts and uses an alphabet board to spell out his answers. We're also hearing from the family members of the youngest victim in this case, Veronica Mosier Sullivan. Mary Ellen Hansen telling our partners today at ABC News that this child's mother, Ashley Moser, is ready and will also appear for the prosecution.
I know that she's anxious and she's nervous. It's been a great deal of psychological stress on her, but she is determined to testify and see that justice is served.
Veronica Mosier Sullivan was 6 years old. Her mother, Ashley, was significantly hurt as well and was pregnant at the time. Her unborn child did not survive. Only a handful of witnesses so far this morning, but Mitch, an incredibly emotional start to the witness testimony.
On July 20th, 2012, he tried to murder a theater full of people to make himself feel better, and because he thought it would increase his self-worth.
When James Holmes stepped into that theater in July of 2012, he was insane.
Those comments from yesterday, the first day of the Aurora theater shooting, gripping hundreds of people, both the prosecution and defense throwing a lot at jurors with those opening statements.
We heard new 911 calls, saw new surveillance video, and learned new details about the admitted shooter. Prosecutors say the suspect was a calculated killer, while the defense tries to prove he has schizophrenia.